Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So welcome back to the main account, and welcome to a video which is kind of going to be two videos in one. So basically, because the video with mining went down so well on how I plan to train 200 mil, I was going to run over the other two skills I'm going to target this year to go over basically how I'm going to train 200 mil. So this one is going to be related to Necromancy, how I'm going to AFK Necromancy for some GP, and then we'll do another video a little later on as well. But what I thought, while we're doing this video on how we're going to get to 200 mil Necromancy, I kind of give you guys a little bit of an update on how we're going in terms of GP for this month. So if you didn't know, on the main account, we're going to be doing more of a regular update of what I'm doing, what I'm making, what I'm doing, what money makers I'm doing as well to make some GP on the account. So as you can see by my info, I am set up to go and do some Abyssal Beasts. Now, Abyssal Beasts is where we're going to go do the Necromancy stuff later on. But that is basically what I've been doing alongside some fletching. So I've been doing quite a lot of the Magic Shortbow Mark 5 fletching because I finally realised just how AFK it is. It's taken me like 3 months to do it. But because of that, I've really enjoyed fletching now. So fletching and mining and necromancy are really going to be my three skills for this year to really AFK down, because I want to sort of expand so much on like the YouTube side and all the other sort of accounts I'm currently playing. Now, in terms of a content update, that will be coming out very soon. If it's not already out, if it is, I'll make sure to link it to you guys so you guys can watch it as well. But in terms of what we've made GP-wise, we have slacked a little bit on the farming runs, and I think we'll sort of catch up properly towards the end of April, just of how we're doing and then what sort of GP we're making as well. But I've got a lot of production to do. 7-day bond's kind of taken my attention for a little while, which is why these grapes haven't been done, these unfinished potions haven't been finished, and also why the Chidinku vines are still there and actually not into potions. But what I'm trying to do is to hold my price with something like the Juju mining potions. I'd much rather sell him very slow and make the most out of him as you possibly can, because that's, in my opinion, is the best way to make some profit. However, that is where the main account currently is. Over the past couple of days, I've done 5.4 mil on the fletching side. Well, actually, that's been more about 2 weeks. But literally, I only started doing Necromancy about 2 days ago, and I'm up 4.2 mil XP, which is absolutely crazy. Now, some people might say, like, why are you AFKing like Necromancy? Why are you not doing it for like collection logs or boss logs and stuff like that? And you're very much right. You could definitely do that. You could train 200 mil Necromancy quite comfortably just by doing things like bossing or collection logs or all that sort of stuff as well. In a minute though, I like to have a little bit of AFK time. AFK is pretty much how the main account's shaping up to be this year because of what we're trying to do with the channel, videos, and all the other series I want to do as well. The main account really isn't where I enjoy the time at the minute. I'm pretty sure it'll come back, and I do have waves of where I really do enjoy playing in the main account. But one thing I'm trying to pay more attention to nowadays is to AFK it. However, what we're going to be doing now is talking through my method. How am I going to get 200 more Necromancy? And as you see by this video, it's going to be through Abyssal Beasts. Now, I've had to go and get all the 5 souls for the Abyssal Beasts, which took a long time. It probably took me about a week of AFK and Abyssal Beasts to get 5 souls. In hindsight, completely worth it. These are a fantastic way to train your Necromancy in particular, or combat in general. Admittedly, Necromancy is probably the best style I think for them, but you can definitely try it with other stuff as well. Now, with Necromancy training, you need to sort of level up as you get your equipment upgrades and as you level up your Necromancy as well. I'd only really recommend sort of Abyssal Beast once you're 99 or higher and once you've got your tier 90 power armor, because these things do hit quite hard. The bright side though is in terms of drops, in terms of XP, I probably get about 800k-ish Necromancy XP per hour, which for AFKing is solid. I can make this AFK setup a little bit better. I know you can use the potion reservoirs. I just like to make sure that I click and loot every now and then. Basically, when I sit my potion is when I click my loot all. Apart from that, everything else, I'm not paying attention to the screen. But like I said before, you definitely need around 99 Necromancy and the Death Dealer tier 90 version of the armor as well, and level 90 weapons as a minimum. They do hit quite hard at times, and they still hit me quite hard even at this level. Basically, the approach I'm having to take with them is having to use a Vamp Aura to make this fully AFK. Again, you could use things like Ghost or the Phantom, really reduce the amount of damage you're going to take, really increase the HP you get as a result. But for me, I use Vampirism, and because I've got so many Marks of War, I just use the Marks of War tier 2 to reset Vamp to be able to train it as well. And basically with the Ghost, Vampirism, the Blood Fury I've got equipped, and also the Bunyip, I generally don't go below sort of 80% of my HP, so it is very, very AFK. And then, like I said, whenever it's time to repot up is when I go and like sort of do my loot. In terms of drop table though, pretty decent. I think the most money you're going to get from this is from the spring cleaner. They drop an awful lot of salvage, which the spring cleaner does absolute work. I think even without picking any drops up, the spring cleaner is going to bring in around 5 to 6 mil per hour, which if you want to do that full AFK, potion reservoirs, full 15 minutes, really isn't bad. You could definitely do a lot worse for that as well. In terms of a setup, again, just your standard things. You do need aggression potions just to make sure this is like continuous. You can go in and out of the portal and reset aggression, but it's a bit much for me. I don't really want to pay that much attention, so I generally don't do that. Weapon poison is a nice little buff to damage as well. Going to make them kill quicker. The more kills you get, the more XP, the more drops. That's what we're all about. I bring the spring cleaner because obviously that's what we've said is going to make a lot of GP. That's going to break down all your rune salvage, all your salvage drop, and basically bring in pure GP. The gem bag is nice because they do drop a lot of dragon stones. I don't think it's really worth no paper in them, but if you want to pay attention while you're killing them, again, very much worthwhile doing if you want to. It will bring you in a little bit of GP at the minute, especially if crafting is going to use dragonstone for this new jewellery. It might be worth hoarding your dragonstones for the future because they will go up in price, because they're going to be linked to all this brand new jewellery. Bunyip, as always, the MVP of slaying, or for me, AFK combat. It's noticeable when you don't have the Bunyip. You do sort of struggle at points as well. Again, you do have Blood Siphon as an option to heal as well if you need to, and you do get sharks at a pretty regular basis. But a Bunyip is nice because it just gives you that little extra buff on top just to make sure nothing is needed. In terms of charms, not too bad to be fair. Blues are a little bit like meh, might not even be worth the inverse space, but the crimsons do eventually rack up over time as well. Just in case you need a little bit of emergency food or HP, the enchanted Excalibur is there because that's what's just going to pick us up. This, along with your potions, is your main cost. Because I'm using the Summon Undead Army, yes, I might be going through the ectoplasm a little bit quicker than what I should. But for me, rather than spending like 10 seconds to do all your summons, I think it's a lot better to just simply summon them all in one go anyway. So in terms of drops, what kind of drops am I picking up? So the Onyx Bolts E are by far the best drops you can get. I kind of do this at periods as well. Like for me, Onyx Bolts are what I like to throw into my Alkers. So sometimes I'll actually go out of my way and I'll fletch a considerable amount of Onyx Bolts. Sometimes though, I will sort of stack them up from things like Abyssal Beasts or certain Slayer creatures or certain boss monsters, and then throw in my Alka as well. But so far, just from this stint of sort of 4 mil-ish of Necromancy, 741 Onyx Bolts isn't horrific. Grimoire Spikes, the reason why Grimoire Spikes are in the absolute gutter is because of Abyssal Beasts and the drop tables we're on now. They come in volumes which are way too high, and because of that, the price has gone down. Demand was never fully there because I don't think super ranging potions, even as an overload supply, isn't as needed as much, but yeah, so that's absolutely hammered Grimoire Spikes. The flesh is still a decent price, I think. 1.4k each, not too bad, although look at the 102 Primal Stone Spirits, that's a big drop, so we'll definitely be taking that. Herbs, the herbs are nice because they're noted and they will rack up over time. Pure Essence, obviously now, with the price it currently is a big money maker. That's 4 mil in Pure Essence I've got sat there, which is crazy just for 20k, and it's just something you'll pick up over time. I'm not picking up all the drops. It'll be noticeable over time, like how much you'll make from them. And then finally, Crystal Keys is another one. It will rack up over time with just how much you pick up. In terms of pure GP, since I've started, I've got 26 mil from the Spring Cleaner, so you can see just how much that bumps up over time, just from the drops as well. So the Spring Cleaner really does come up clutch. I know I've said it already, but 26 mil just from drops, nothing else. I started with 0 in my coin pouch, because I wanted to document this for the money making in the month and just show you guys this as well. And in terms of the setup, I'm going to be really quick. We have the Zut Cape for Necromancy, full first Necro. You can make a case for Death Dealer. My point here would be that it helps with your summons and your summons stay around longer, so that's why I've gone for it. Ectoplasmator, just because it's basically free prayer XP. I'm all for free prayer XP. I did a serious amount of prayer XP at Edemus, and this is going to be a similar vibe. It's going to save me time in the long run, so I'm all about that. So that is very, very nice. And then that's pretty much the setup. And this is pretty much my plan for 200 mil. I'm going to include this in my sort of like monthly money making, because I think it's going to be one along with mining and fletching where we're going to go. In terms of like an updated where I currently sat, mining 123.5 mil, definitely ahead. Although fletching, I've done some serious fletching over the past sort of week or two. 113.5 mil is nice. Then Necromancy, yesterday I crossed it at 110 mil. probably going to do a very good stint at this, so I'm going to aim for something like 125. In terms of my combat stats, they're very sort of like spread out. Apart from mage, nothing's 200 mil. If I do get 200 mil necromancy and decide, you know what, I do want to go after bossing logs, I do want to use necromancy, I'll just do defense, because I think it'd be a better option and just focus the others on the actual combat stats. But this is my plan for 200 mil necromancy. That's my update on how the bank's currently looking for the month as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, I know you guys really enjoy when I do sort of videos talking through how I plan to train things, especially like 200 mil. I want to keep you guys in the loop of the main account as well. It's nice to do a little video on the main account where we talk about it. It's not just a moneymaker as well. But yeah, let me know if you do necromancy, if you got better spots. Obviously, the wildy spot is very, very good. I've just never preferred it. I like the pace of this. You could probably get more XP in wildy, maybe a little bit more GP as well, but I like how safe the Personal Slayer dungeon is. I've only ever got 5 on me. It's nice and AFK. For me, if I'm not looking at the screen and I'm making money, that's like better than what I would have had not playing anyway. So again, trying to get the main account back into the groove of it, trying to pick up a little bit of XP as well. Maybe that dream for max XP is still there. Who knows? But yeah, not too bad anyway. But we're going to wrap up from there. Let me know if you want to see any other things as well. I am going to still continue like how I train to 120 for X skill or 200 mil. There's still quite a few left to come out, and I still think they go down very, very well. So that will still be happening. This is how I'm going to do Necromancy over 200 mil. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If there's anything you want me to see, make sure to drop it in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.